India has plans for its own space station. The British Museum has a digital solution to recent thefts. And Instagram is giving creators yet another way to milk their content for more engagement. It's Friday, October 20th, and this is Engadget Today, the latest tech news with a touch of tranquility for your morning. India has ramped up its space program recently. It landed a spacecraft near the lunar South Pole in August, and in September, it launched a probe to study the sun. Now, India has announced plans to build its own space station by 2035 and then carry out a human mission to the moon 5 years after that. Its upcoming mission will be the first time India has sent astronauts to space using its own capabilities, and it's now gearing up to start testing the vehicles that will support a human crew. In a meeting led by India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the country's space agency laid out a plan to achieve its first crewed launch in 2025 ahead of its eventual moon mission. It has a demonstration flight of its crew escape system test vehicle currently set for tomorrow, and will later send its launch vehicle on 3 test missions without humans on board. All in all, India is planning around 20 tests in the lead-up to sending their astronauts to space. Theft may be an odd way to express interest in something, but that's what's been happening at the British Museum lately. Historical artifacts have been disappearing at an alarming rate. But the museum has a plan. Art News reported that the British Museum will digitize its entire 8 million-piece permanent collection. The museum announced the move as part of ongoing efforts to increase security and public access. In August, the museum reported the theft of several thousands of pieces, including over 1,500 historical artifacts. The project will take an estimated 5 years to complete and cost a little more than $12 million. Digitization is an expensive process, after all, and it has been one of the primary hurdles when it comes to these projects. In fact, the museum doesn't currently have the money to complete the project, though it vows to raise the funds via private investors and not by asking taxpayers or the British government. The museum has already digitized half of its collection as part of a project started back in 2020. Instagram has started allowing some users to create polls in the comments on their posts, giving creators yet another way to milk their content for more engagement. Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram, announced the test to his broadcast channel, noting that polls can be added to the comments on both regular feed posts and Reels. It's just a small test for now, but Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg said in his own update that it will be rolling out to everyone soon. Polls in the comments section will look much like they do in stories, where they've been available, for years in the form of a sticker. Per the screenshot shared by Mosseri, other users will be able to see how many people voted on a given poll. It's unclear right now how long polls will remain open after they're posted, or if users will have the option to choose from different time frames to continue receiving votes, like users on Twitter can. Instagram has been working on making its comment section more of an interactive space, and this past spring finally added the ability for users to post GIFs in the comments. The platform is also testing options for a more tailored stories experience that builds on what it started with close friends, letting users create multiple lists to reserve certain content for specific groups of people. Thanks for listening. If you have a moment, rate and subscribe wherever you listen. Today's show featured journalism by Engadget contributors Chris Holt, Lawrence Bonk, and Cheyenne McDonald, and was produced by Spoken Layer. And as a reminder, you can listen to The Future later today on Engadget tomorrow.